Hey guys, Vern's back with another Supercoach video, the round 13 review. And what an up and down, a bit of emotional Monday for me. Obviously, we've had the Queen's birthday, Melbourne vs Collingwood game, and was it not good seeing the Pies get up, and how good we looked doing it as well. God, Cox. If that man could play like that every week, we would actually be such a good team. Like, he's getting the hit outs, he's winning the aerial battle, he's even picking up the ground balls. That beautiful hand pass over to Elliott, the perfect hand pass from Cripps that on the run as well. Like, holy crap. Like, what a unit. I know, completely Supercoach unrelated, but the Supercoach didn't go too well this week. So let's look at the positives. The Pies looked amazing. Even in the first half of the game where Oliver was going nuts. At the end of the day, we were winning that pressure game. We just weren't converting it. And then second half kicked in and we started converting those goals. And whew, amazing. But yes, Supercoach. This is where the emotions unfortunately go a bit on the negatives. It was not a good week for my team. First of all, Cognilio went massive. I talked about it last week. Like, you know what? Moving on Cogs and Butters was the wrong play. And then he comes out with like a 170. Oh my goodness. And we all know I was fielding 17 as well. So I'm already a player down. I've messed up. I've made mistakes to get myself in this position. And I'm getting punished even harder by one of the players that I should have had going nuts. And look, I'm not going to talk too much about it. We all know it was a mistake. We'll worry about that at the end of the season when we wrap up the sort of mistakes we made and I guess look at what to do moving forward. But yeah, just that alone was painful. Second thing, I'm sure you saw my VC into C options when I left the video on Friday night. We wanted Darcy into Oliver, and honestly, I wanted to run Jelly into Oliver, and I got scared of the chance of Darcy going massive, and I really thought Kelly could have gone massive on North. And so after the Darcy didn't work out, I actually switched the C to Jelly, and I got a 111. Lost the 30 points from seeing Oliver instead. This might sound like hindsight, obviously, for everyone, but I generally thought we were going to beat Melbourne. Like, we were looking good. I was feeling good. That might be a bit of bias because I'm the Pies supporter and I want us to win every week. But I was feeling confident. And I just thought, there's a chance that Clary just doesn't go off. And look, technically that man was 98 at halftime, which, yes, that's actually insane. But then finished on a 141. He had a 43-point second half. So I wasn't wrong in the sense that we were going to shut down. Like, I thought Oliver would maybe get shut down and we would be actually okay. I didn't think there was anyone specifically. I just thought we would win, and that would always negatively impact Clary, who's a downhill skier. But obviously our first half, the man ran over us, unfortunately. 43 touches, picks up the cup for it as well. It honestly had a great game, but yeah, I just punished myself unnecessarily, so little bit unfortunate there. Not unfortunate, it was greedy of me to take it off Clary, and there was always a high chance he was going to go off. There was always very high, and I tried to play the pod game, assuming everyone has it on Clary. No one's really gone big this week, so everyone's probably taking the Clary C. Even if you had the Neil 123, you're probably scared of what Clary can do, so probably nearly everyone put the C on Oliver, and I thought I'd play the pod game, put it on Jelly. Jelly was looking good. I thought, they're going to run over North, and he does score well even when they don't win, but he is someone that can also downhill ski. He's got the 200 plus before, so is Cogs. But he just wasn't the one that ended up getting going from it. Obviously he took the hit from bloody Horn Francis, but I don't like that wasn't a big deal at the end of the day. Like, I'm pretty, obviously Jelly went off for a little bit there, but I'm pretty sure he went off for a little bit there because I didn't see him for a bit, but that wasn't the problem. That was just, unfortunately, the other GWS players were just eating up the points instead. But yeah, let's jump into this review. We can see 1,720. As I said, there were a lot of people probably missing premiums this round, so it actually wasn't the worst score overall, only dropped 1,300 places, which if you got this last week, you were dropping much more than that. So not the worst outcome, considering how bad everything went, just to put it honestly. But yeah, let's jump into this 5,320. I guess the other thing here is we jumped up about 4,000 spots last week. We went down 1.3. The buys are still in our favor, and I'm ready for a big round 14 to really push us over the edge here. When I say over the edge, I just mean like in a large positive. I think we can probably go up another 3,000 spots with a good next week. I'm already zoomed in a bit, so you all can already see that. So let's start it off. We can see Sinclair 118. Good debut game. We're very happy with that. Hewitt, first game under 110, let alone under 100 with the 97. Ooh, crisp was crisp. He was clean. That man. Oh, love it. Love it. 119. Awesome. Also to note on that, Dacos, the 112. That's 2 weeks. Dacos has had a massive score. A lot of people moved him on, so I'm probably kind of potting at this point on it, am I? 49%, but I still feel like a lot of people have moved him on. His last 2 weeks is what I wanted to look at. So the buys, he went nuts for us. 113 and 112. He had great buys for us in a position where we really needed him on field. The only negative, I guess, is his break even is completely reset. It's all the way down at 8. He's still ready to make another 50k, but we're not holding him. It's as simple as that. We're not holding him. Short with the 102, not bad. We already saw that in the Friday night video because the Thursday night game. Thursday night game also made things annoying. We threw away 16k as well, which would have been actually super important this week. You'll see when I'm looking at my trades why it would have been very important. I would have needed a bit more than 16k, so I guess it's not crazy, but would have been nice. Ware 66, awesome, good debut. Oliver 141. Well, everyone else see them, but that's okay. Neil the 123. Jelly, the 111. And then this is actually huge right here. Parrish with the 51. So unfortunate. We bring him in for a debut game because he's on fire. And the man in about a quarter and a half picks up 53. Like, he was on track for at least 120, 130 plus and got medically subbed out of the game. I haven't even heard the report on... Like, I didn't actually see when he got subbed out of the game, so I didn't actually see what happened. I just, I was like watching at halftime and they'd already mentioned he was out of the game and I was like, bruh? Like, really? So I don't know what happened, actually, unfortunately. I need to go check what exactly happened there. Is he going to be a long-term injury? Is he going to have to be a trade? Maybe something I should go look up right now. Oh god, nobody look at this. That was just my Discord, everyone, but just Discord with mates. I'm actually going to jump to George's Discord because they always have great information there. They always keep everyone in the loop. They did a Cahoots the other night. Yes. No, I do not. No, I don't see anything here specifically about what happened to him. So I'll worry about that later on in the week, and we will reassess trades then and there. But yeah, moving on. That's also a huge blow because obviously I have to take that 51, but I'm running 17. So yes, we had one premium that basically scored a rookie score. I guess we had a rookie that scored a premium score, so not bad. Owens unfortunately had a bit down game. Cripps came back with a really good game, which yeah, I was kind of tempted to VC him. I don't think I would have taken the 126 though. It's hard. There was a lot of good VC options. I think Cripps was a good one. Darcy was a good one. Jelly was a good one. Obviously, Oliver for the straight C. We just unfortunately did the wrong ones, which was unfortunate. And then, yeah, jumping down to the ruck line, Cameron, another great game, 103. I think we hold through the buys. We'll wait till Grundy comes back. He's honestly got more money to make, and he's just playing really, really bloody good. Darcy, 91. He did have that play when Reeves, unfortunately, fell on him and he had his leg stuck under him and then he was off the ground for a decent period of time. Obviously if that didn't happen, he's probably pushing at least 100 to a bit more. It wasn't a long time he was off the field for, but obviously you go out, go off, get it assessed, and then assuming you're going to be good, get a bit of a jog going and then get back on. So I reckon anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes he lost, and yeah, that's an easy 100 there. So that's unfortunate, but at the same time, so common to happen to Darcy. That man takes so many niggles in games all the time. That one was a bit unfortunate because it wasn't really his fault. Someone just fell on him and caught his legs. But yeah, we got Brody 82, a bit of a down game with Fife back as well. Didn't really affect him though. Fife was playing a lot of forward, and I'm saying it's a down game because of how good he has been. I mean, Brody has been going mental, so this feels like a down game, but this is like 82 is more than fine. Like, yes, I don't want him to get 82 for the next 7 weeks, but considering he's been going like 120, 130 like the last 3 weeks or whatever the bloody hell it was, just gonna have a cheeky look at it. So yeah, 125, 105, 144, 121, 115. You know what? Have you 82? I will. If you want to go on a run like this and then drop an 82, that is fine by me. You know, like, I'd love you to get back to dropping these 120s, 140s, 115s, but you have down weeks. Not every premium goes nuts every single time. But that man's been amazing. So, yeah. Lipinski, 78. He was nowhere near that 78. And just managed to scrape in with that, I feel. He was very impactful in the final half when we actually made the comeback. I think he was like 26 at halftime, so he had like a 52-point like final half. So Lipinski, yeah, just wasn't really in the game in the first half. Like, you barely saw him. He just wasn't involved, but really came roaring back when I needed him. Because I was sitting here a little bit sweaty, because obviously a big pod for me. And then Clark with the 63. So, yeah, overall, it's not great. But it could have been significantly worse. As I said, if we only ran 17, if we could have had like a Caniglio in there, sure. But then hindsight, when I traded Caniglio, I made the upgrade to Laird. If I didn't trade Caniglio, I wouldn't have had the money for Laird, which then completely changes the entire structure of the team and where I'm at. So, you know what, like, it's fine. I still think it was hindsight, looking back on it, didn't work out. Was it the correct play at the time? I think it was, because I didn't think Cogs was going to be a top 6 forward at the end of the day. He'd had a few bad games in a row, and then he dropped that 30, and he was going to drop a lot of cash real quickly, and it became that question of, if he's not top 6, then am I going to accept a F10 in my forward line in my end team, or am I going to use him as a stepping stone? I decided with, obviously, use him as a stepping stone, trade him out, move him on to Laird, and then obviously new coach comes in and Cogs gets the roll back, and Cogs starts going absolutely nuts, and is making me sit here thinking, do I need to trade him back in? I will not do that. I have too much dignity to do that. No, there's no such thing as dignity in Supercoach. Sometimes you make mistakes, you make a bad read, and if anyone wants to bring him back in, like, it's fair enough, but at the same time, it's chasing points. He's already dropped the 170. You've already missed those points. He's already dropped the weeks before that. You've already missed those points. So, yeah. What I'm looking at, honestly, for my trades this week, we have 3 of them. Dacos is a good one to go now because he's not going to be in the end team. I'm thinking maybe Lipinski. I wanted to, if I did Lipinski, I wanted to be able to just do a straight 1-up. Like, I'm going to go Dacos down, McCartan up, or vice versa. So 1 up, 1 down, and then if I had enough money left over, I'd like to go 1 up again. So 2 up and 1 down would be preferable, but I've used all my cash. I don't have any reserves, so to do that, I would need to make a lot of money. Even moving someone down to like a Charlie Dean, so the 102k rookie that may play in a few weeks' time for Collingwood, then that's really maximizing the cash I'm going to get from McCartan. I can upgrade Dacos to basically anyone, but then the money I've left over, it's not enough to get Lipinski to like an English or a Wits. I wanted to move him to Wits. I wanted to flip Cameron down to the forward. Wits in the midfield. That's honestly what I like. Wits' run right now is looking so good, man. Once again, that was a dignity problem. You could pick up Wits for 400k at the start of the season. We all know I started Marshall over Wits, which was a huge mistake because I didn't want to risk the injury risk that Wits had with him. And it just backfired. And every single time I look at him, it's like, you know what? He was 400k. I'm not chasing points. I'm not going to do it. But you know what? He's just looking too good. And he's going to be R1 by the end of the year. Anyone that started him, just huge leg up. Same with Sicily. There's just too many good picks that I missed. Unfortunately, I mean, obviously I got the Will Brody. Lipinski ended up being better than Raul, so things did work out for me, and that's why I am doing so well. But those are the 2 big things I think that have kept me out of top 1,000. So let's just have a play around with it. As I said, I'm not going to be moving Lipinski at the end of the day. I don't even want to be removing McCartan right now. But at the end of the day, if these 2 come onto field, Let me just look at I'll show you everyone my finished team, basically. So what it should look like is it should have Dawson here. And then I'm going to put another premium here. We're going to have McRae here, Miller here, and then we're going to have Parker here and Heaney here. And all that really leaves is, do you count Darcy Cameron as a keeper? No. Once Grundy comes back, he's going to be flipped into someone else. Obviously, there's the talk of Bailey Smith being back at that time. You could also very easily go to a English or a Wits sort of thing. So I think he's good for now, and I'm happy to keep him for now. But he can very easily be flipped to someone else. So looking at the team, I really only have 2 upgrades to go. Now, that's assuming I keep Lipinski as a keeper. This is the problem. We're looking at players like Lipinski and Heaney. They're 450k. They're not even a lot of money. To flip them to someone like let's just say like Liberatore or an English, it's still 150k. So it's still a 1 up, 1 down. And with 7 trades left, I don't have the money to do that. Yes, I can easily 1 up, 1 down, finish off my defense, 5 more trades left, and I want to make a 1 up from Cameron to someone else. Great. I would preferably do a Lipinski just straight 1 up, but I just can't. I just simply can't. So what I'm thinking is we do this, we hold the 100k, we hold Lipinski in the forward line, which kind of sucks, honestly. I really don't like it. And then we'll see what we do with that 100k. The 100k either ends up with Cameron going up to Wits or English at a later date when Grundy is back. It will depend on the Parrish injury. If Parrish is generally out for a few weeks, we might push him up to a Mills. Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. So it leaves us with 5 trades left. Finished team, 5 trades, 100k in the bank, and plenty of wiggle room to move people around if needed. It also allows more time for these rookies to potentially accrue more cash. So if I do end up at like round 18 or 19, still 5 trades, maybe I can downgrade 1, bank 200k, and make one of those upgrades in the background. Or even if 2 of them are up there, maybe I can make one of those upgrades in the forward line without moving one of them out. Let's just speak hypothetically here. Let's say Greg Clark somehow gets to 300k. We have Ware get to like 300k. I don't really have any defender rookies, actually. It's not really going to work. Okay, let's just say these 2 get to 300k each. That'll make life easier. These 2 get to 300k each. One of them goes down to 102k player, and then we use the 200k to upgrade one of them to a mid forward, and then I can use the mid forward as a swing man to run as an M9 F7, and then, simple as this. You put the Heaney on the field, you put the emergency on him, Heaney comes out and drops a 30. It's great. We swing the man down, we put him on field, and then we miss Heaney's 30. Heaney goes off for a 120, no problem. We put the non-playing rookie on field, we get Heaney score, and then we don't worry about this up here. No need to worry about that. So that way we can sort of run with a swingman. Also works for cover later on, so it's not like too bad in the sense that it's like, oh, well, what happens if you have to trade a premium? The point of them being a swingman is that they're also meant to be a premium. So that is potentially something I can look at. Probably over talking. There's too much, guys. I know you're probably tuned out by now. Just going through my thoughts as to how I finish this off. So let's just do it. Let's just get Dacos done. Let's get McCartan done, who could play this week and has a really good break even. So I'd like to actually not move McCartan. That would be better, honestly. But I actually... Sorry for the random sound, guys. What was that? What was that? Yeah, I've got the mic nice and close here as well, so I hope that doesn't look weird, guys. I'm just making it nice and clear for you all to hear me. What I'm thinking is, let's just say we move on someone like Greg Clark instead. We swing Rioli up, we swing McCartan down, boom. We still make the trades we want. We still bring in Dean. We still bring in Stewart. And then we still have McCartan there as cover. He's actually almost the same price as Heaney. And then if I really wanted to do a 1 up, 1 down later on, I could very easily move a McCartan on and flick a Lipinski up. It's not bad. That's not bad, I think. I honestly like that, guys. Okay, look, we're going to leave it like that for now. So we're going to click averages because we want Stewart. It says injury, but he's not. He just had a concussion. He's had the week bye. He will be playing. He should be playing at least. Bit risky always putting on people that have had weeks off, but Stewart was I don't know. Like, he played literally every game last season until he did him. Like, literally did his whole legs, and he's missed like what 3 games this season, 2 games this season, off bloody concussions and shit like that. So I'm so dumb. That doesn't actually leave enough money to upgrade to anyone. Whoops. Yes, it affords Stewart, but obviously I need to get rookie with that. Whoops, my brain not working. Let's just sub you back up, sub you back down, move you out, trade out McCartan. We'll just put it in like this for now. As I said, we'll find out what happens with Parrish and everyone else a little bit later. Where's Dean? I'm just going to go actually break evens. There's no one that's really on the bubble that's going to play that has a 102 break even. That's the other thing too. If we get that 102 break even player, that's like from, let's just say, sorry, going to be most likely someone from the mid-season draft. But saying we get a mid-season draft player that is playing, I don't mind putting them over instead of Charlie Dean. I'm just putting him in for example purposes now. If nobody else pops up, I'll probably just keep him. But yeah, looking pretty good there. Obviously, Dean won't play. Ware's going to jump on for Crisp here. Boom, 5 premiums in the back, and 6 playing players. Clark jumps on. Steven jumps on. And Owen can wear an emergency. Easy. No one's playing in the ruck. Doesn't matter, I think, because we have the 6. We have the 8, so 14. So we just need 4 more playing. Rioli. I think Clark should get another gig after his game. I don't know if Rioli will get another gig anytime soon. So we might just be looking at 19 playing. And that becomes the argument again. If I am missing other rookies, say players get dropped or they don't get named, whatever happens there, we can always, I guess, move Lipinski aggressively just to bank, an 18th player if need be. And look, moving him on, he still makes a lot of money. We just can't quite afford the players we want. We can't quite afford English. We can't quite afford Wits. But we technically, obviously Smith isn't someone we're bringing in now, but Liberatore's been going pretty massive as well recently. He's been looking really good over the last few weeks. So what he had, he's 137, 107. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid 5 round. What does that look at? 5 round average 110, like 105 average. He's actually looking pretty good. Definitely could be an upgrade for Lipinski. If we're looking at average terms, Lipinski's down at 15th, moving him up to the 7th. It's not great, but considering Smith is not going to be one of these players for the rest of the season, technically it moves him up to 6th for the rest of the season. So it's not bad. And total points, he's actually even much higher because he keeps playing every game. So take that into account too. The man's playing every game. He's not getting injured. He's a good, reliable player. And I guess if we look at the total points, Lipinski's really done dividends for us. He's 8th overall for total points in the forward. Like, hey, if you told me I was picking up a 330k at the start of the season, who's going to be 8th overall on the forward line later on, huge. So in reality, Lipinski really has been a good pick for us. He's actually massive. Where you compare the Raul, obviously him and Raul aren't too far away in points. Like Lipinski, I think, is 10 above him, so it's quite a far distance. But the biggest difference here is since Raul's mid only, he's like 50th on the list of total points, and Lipinski's over here on 8th in the forward line. Like, it's just huge. Sorry, gotta stop gloating about how well that pick went. Yeah, just so they're my thoughts, guys. Overall, we're gonna leave it at that. Basically, so we've only made the 2 trades. We should have enough players playing. Awesome. This week, what is happening? Crips and 2 Tigers. That looks devilishly good. No one from Geelong I really care about. Maybe Stewart. And then Piggy Laird could go pretty big. Yeah, I think I'm happy to play it that way. Peggy Laird as the C. Very reliable, very safe. Miller's been 2 up and down. And then the VC, I guess, probably just goes on Crips at the end of the day. Yeah, looks pretty good, guys. What are the other caption options if you're looking here? I guess you could always look at Walsh as well. I don't mind Parrish into this. I don't know. I don't mind him. The question is if he gets up. We'll see what happens there. Swans. That's not a bad one either. Mills could go pretty nutty here. Yeah, that's probably the only one I'd even look at in this game, but I think there's better options, so I probably wouldn't do anyone in reality. If you want to run it with Mills, I think Mills is always the chance to have a good game. Geelong. Tomahawk? I don't know. I wouldn't do anyone in this game, honestly, once again. Maybe Tomahawk if you wanted to put a bag down and you want to put like Laird as like a safe pick. Dogs, once again, similar sort of thing. It's hard to choose any dog right now. GWS, it's hard to pick anyone into the dogs. I'd probably just leave this game alone. And then this game is going to be a hard one to pick. I think Mills and Laird are both really good picks here. So feel free to pick either of those. I kind of am leaning more to the Mills now that I look at it. At the end of the day, he does have wits hitting down to him. I think Gold Coast will win overall. Miller. Sorry. So definitely a good pick between one of these two. I think that's going to be the easiest C default, either a Laird or a Miller into the fullback, and then you just whoever you want to put V on earlier on, and just hope for a high variant play, which I think Cripps definitely falls into that category for. Same with Parrish. But again, thanks for tuning in once again, everyone. It's been, as I mentioned, a bit of an up and down week. Hopefully this round 14 will be our final week to sort of map that comeback and get the team finished and start looking to push towards that top 1,000 before the end of the season. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking. Thanks for commenting. And just thanks for watching the videos, yos. Peace later. Love you.